What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Wheels here once again, welcoming you to another edition of Sports Talk. And it is that time of year, time for the MLB playoffs to start in a couple days. And I've got my predictions right here. Before I get started, guys, as always, I'd ask you to please give this video a like and please subscribe to my channel. I could really use the support. Let's get started with the National League predictions. Starting with the NL wild card, the Cubs and the Pirates. Now, on paper, the Cubs, to a lot of people, may be the favorite in a one-game playoff, but let me point out that the Pirates have the playoff experience. This team, their core group, has been together for the last 2 or 3 years at least. Yes, they lost Russell Martin and maybe some other players along the way, but they're back into the playoffs, and for one game, I like the Pirates lineup. Their bats over the Cubs. The Cubs, let's consider them somewhat inexperienced, considering this is their first trip to the postseason in quite a while. I would say they have an edge in pitching, but the Pirates will match up well. So the Pirates just got to hit them hard, and I think they can. So I'm taking the Pirates over the Cubs. Sorry, Cubs fans, that's just the way I feel. Let's move on to the NLDS. First, the Mets and the Dodgers. The Mets have a good team. I expect Jake Harvey to start Game 1. They've got Jake DeGrom, Noah Sodergaard, is that how you say? Sodergaard. They've got a decent rotation. They've got a decent lineup, and their defense will be solid. But so do the Dodgers. I mean, with the Dodgers, you gotta contend with Clayton Kershaw. You gotta expect him to start Game 1. Then you got Zach Greinke. Those two guys, after facing those two guys, you could be down 2-0. The Mets could be in a 2-0 hole. I've got the Dodgers winning in 5. That's because I'm respecting what the Mets have done and the team that they have. But if the Dodgers get in trouble in this series, you could expect Kershaw or Greinke to pitch on short days rest, just a few days rest, in order to help them win the series. So I'm taking the Dodgers in 5. It'll go the distance, but I like the Dodgers. Let's move on to the Pirates and the Cardinals. Now, again, this is a series where the Cardinals are probably favorites on paper, but I think the Pirates are in a position to do what Kansas City did last year and be a Cinderella team and be that underdog team. I have the Pirates winning in 5. I just think, the pitching will be pretty evenly matched. The batting orders will be even. It could really go either way, and I'm sure a lot of people think the Cards are going to pull it out. But for my money, I'm going to pick the Pirates in 5. Let's move on to the NLCS, the Dodgers and the Pirates. Now, this is where the Cinderella story, in my opinion, would end for the Pirates. I just think the Dodgers are going to be a little bit too much. Not to say that the Pirates, if they got this far, couldn't pull it out. But, again, dealing with Clayton Kershaw, Zach Greinke, and the lineup that the Dodgers have, I just think the Dodgers are probably going to win that series in 6. Let's move on to the AL wildcard matchup, the Astros and the Yankees. This is going to seem like a bit of an upset, or a bit of an underdog pick to some people, seeing how the game is at Yankee Stadium. But I honestly think the Astros can win a one-game playoff against the Yankees, especially the way the Yankees kind of finished the season, how they were in first place, and it didn't work out for them. They ended up in the wild card. So I'm picking the Astros I expect Dallas Keuchel to start the wild card game against probably Michael Pineda or Ivan Nova, because I think Masahiro Tanaka is injured right now. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, but I'm pretty sure Tanaka's injured. Let's move on to the ALDS, and probably the pick that a lot of people have been waiting for, the Blue Jays and the Rangers. Now, this is going to be a closer series than a lot of people think. There's a lot of hype around the Blue Jays right now, but I think the Blue Jays can win this series, but so could the Rangers. However, because I'm a Blue Jays fan, because I come from Canada, I'm not going to bet against the Blue. I'm not going to pick against the Blue Jays. And I say if the Blue Jays are going to have any chance to win this series, it has to be in 3 straight games. That means I hope their rotation is David Price, Marco Estrada, and Marcus Stroman. But the Rangers, I'll give them credit. They have a very good starting rotation. They have a very good lineup. They will give the Blue Jays a run for their money. I could see it go. I want the Blue Jays to win in 3, but I could see it going the full 5 games. But I'm picking the Blue Jays regardless, and I will say Blue Jays in 3. Let's move on to Kansas City and the Astros. Now, the Astros do have a potential to upset the Yankees, but that's where it will end. When you're going to go up against guys like Johnny Cueto and some of the other good pitchers whose names escape me right now who are on the Kansas City Royals, I think that's where the pitching for the Royals is going to give the Astros a lot of problems. And I see Kansas City winning in 6 games. Yes, the Astros have more of a powerful lineup, I guess you could say, but Kansas City has the best record in the AL, and I think they're going to win in 6. Let's move on to a big rivalry series if it happens. The ALCS, Blue Jays and Kansas City, and what more needs to be said? I mean, the Blue Jays have the best offense in baseball, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, I'm sure. Kansas City, they're a scrappy team. If they get down in a series, it's not necessarily over till it's over. But that being said, I see the Blue Jays winning the ALCS in 7 games. 7 hard-fought games. It's not going to be... They're not going to run away with it. And personally, in my opinion, if the Blue Jays are going to have any real chance of winning the ALCS, they should do it in no less than 6. If it goes that 7th game, I mean, that would probably be in Kansas City. And, I think it would be tough on the Jays. But, again, I'm a Blue Jays fan. I'm Canadian. First time for the Blue Jays in the playoffs in 22 years. I'm picking the Blue Jays in 7. That means that my World Series prediction is the Blue Jays versus the Dodgers. And again, I see the Blue Jays winning this in 7 games. The Dodgers, probably the toughest test the Blue Jays could have throughout the entire playoffs. They've got pitchers who are just as good as David Price in Kershaw and Greinke, just to name a few. They've got a decent bullpen, which the Blue Jays have as well. They have a powerful lineup when they're on their game. I mean, to me, I'm picking this way because I think this is a matchup that not a lot of people are going to pick, and I think it's the best World Series matchup there can be in terms of evenly matched teams and a series that could potentially go 7 games. And I'm predicting that the Blue Jays, it won't come easy, and if all the stars align properly, the Blue Jays will be the 2015 World Series champions, and they will win their third World Series title. And that's all I have for right now. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you will give this video a like. And remember to please subscribe to my channel. My social media links will be in the description down below. And I will talk to you soon. See you next time.